Hello guys, in today's video we are going to reflect back on the early 18s when our country never had independence and how we got the independence. So in the late 18s, around the 1890s and 1880s, Arab missionaries came to Africa to check how Africa was and to know Africa. So missionaries like Ludwig Kraft, other explorers like Vasco da Gama and many other came to Africa. And they found Africa a very green land, a good land. And so after some time they decided to divide it amongst themselves. So countries like Britain, Italy, France, Germany, and United Kingdom came to Africa. So there was trouble because they were struggling because every country wanted to take a big part. And so they came up with the Berlin Conference. Berlin Conference was to equally divide and to make that Soviet Union and how Africa would be divided amongst the European countries. And so after the Berlin Conference, they colonized the whole Africa except Algeria, no, except Ethiopia and another country that I don't know. So when they colonized Africa, they enslaved African people. Other people were taken to USA to become slaves. Others were made to do hard work in their own lands. They took our gold mines. They took everything that we had, divided it amongst themselves. So colonization continued, and they continued colonizing us more and more. They took our cattle. They made Africans work for them and do everything bad to Africans. Like countries like Britain colonized Kenya, others like Germany and others colonized other countries like Tanzania, Uganda, and other DRC. And so they continued that work and continued until it came, led by Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Africans decided that they're going to have freedom for their own. They decided that there will be no more colonization. They will claim their own land because it belonged to them. And so they started fighting and fighting. South Africa, led by Nelson Mandela, other countries, other superior leaders like Jomo Kenyatta. There are so many leaders, freedom. And so South Africa and many other countries started and they brought the influence. Countries like Kenya, we formed Mau Mau, which originally meant Uma Uma, into bracket, come out, like come out, come out. And so countries like Kenya, we came up with those things. They started fighting. People like Jomo Kenyatta, Dedan Kimathi, one of our superior leaders, he fought and fought tirelessly without giving up. They fought and fought. So they came up with tactics to confuse the British. Since British had known a little bit of their language like Kikuyu, they came up with words to confuse them. So other people like Kenyans, they used to call bullets kamwaki to confuse the British. So when the British had kamwaki, they would never understand what they meant. And so you just get like they're fighting at the British and killing them. And so there were very tough wars. People fought very big wars and there was bloodshed everywhere. People like Jomo Kenyatta were arrested, taken to jails. They were tortured and tortured. Other people like Dedan Kimathi continued the thing and fought. There was this superior leader called Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, one of our most beloved one. He fought for independence. He fought for their culture and for the well-being of Africa. And in the 1960, 63, we finally got our independence. The European countries went back to their countries. Those were called Wazungus. They went back to their countries and we had our own independence. But still, there were other people who never had independence. So we had to support each other. Other countries that never had independence had to be supported by the brothers. And so we supported each other. And that's how we got independence for Africa. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe for part 2. No, there is no part 2 by the way.